That we would start in a standing position. So welcome. My name is Lynn Block, teaching here for Heat Yoga today, level 1.5 class. So let's start in a standing position. Figure we all probably need to be invigorated slightly if we've been sitting a lot. So ground those feet. So start by feet underneath those hips. Pick up those toes, spread the toes, and then press down into the feet and set the toes down softly. From here, going into that mountain pose, lift the knees, kneecaps towards the hips, belly button to the spine, shoulders away from the ears, and palms forward. So we have slight engagement of our whole body from our feet all the way up to the neck. We're going to breathe here. So if we'd like to close our breaths, or close our eyes, please close our eyes while we find our breath. If we want to put our hand on our chest and our belly as we breathe, please feel free to do so. Inhaling nice deep breaths in and exhaling out. As we're inhaling, feel the ribs expand, filling the lungs completely, and exhaling out the back of the throat and out that nose. Inhaling, notice how we're feeling today. Let's check in with our bodies. Gives ourselves a little scan. Keep continuing to inhale and exhale. And checking in. How are we feeling physically? How are we feeling mentally and emotionally? Acknowledge how we're feeling today. Honoring that as we move through our yoga practice. Making sure we listen to our bodies. Letting go of all judgments, competition, and expectations throughout this yoga practice. Making sure we take our own options that we might need today. Giving me a few more breaths here, maybe set an intention for our practice. Let's begin with some arm movement and our breath. Can open the eyes or keep them closed. Inhale, reaching those arms up overhead. Exhaling through heart center. Inhale, lift and lengthen our body. Exhaling, hands through heart center. Inhale, bringing that energy in. Exhale, any tension out. Inhaling and exhaling. Notice as we invite movement to our body, are we feeling any types of sensations as we begin? Give me a few more breaths here. Let's go ahead and finish with our hands down by our sides. Let's do some lateral flexion. Take our right arm, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, reaching down, lengthen through our bodies. So we have dynamic tension on both sides. Switching, inhale, reaching, left arm up, right hand down, lengthening and reaching. Switching again, inhale, reach up, lengthen, and if we have more space, we can add that little lean to the side. And switch one more time, finding dynamic tension in our sides. We can add that lean to the side. Inhale, release both arms down. Go ahead, open our chest here. Hands either come to our low back or clasp our hands. We're going to focus on pulling the shoulders back, opening the heart center. Really lengthen those arms if our hands are clasped. We can gaze towards where the ceiling and the wall meet or up at the ceiling. Breathing as we hold our chest opener, feeling our collarbones opening. One more inhale. As we exhale, slowly releasing those arms back to the side. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's sit back in chair, weight back in the heels. Inhale, lengthening the body. As we exhale, sink back into those heels, finding chair pose, knees behind our toes. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, finding chair. So moving with our breath, we can choose to keep the hands at heart center, or we can circle sweep, reaching forward. Finding that chair pose, generating some heat in our body. Remember, taking options that we like for our chair pose. Arms wherever is comfortable for our shoulders. Breathing. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, sinking into those heels. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, dropping into the earth. Give me a couple more here. And then we're going to hold the chair. Last one, flowing. This time we're going to hold chair pose. Hold it here. Hands come to heart center. Right hand to our hip. And then we're going to slowly twist, 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 opening. And we can bring that hand down to the outside of the leg. Check the knees, that they're together. Drop into the hips a little bit more. Gentle twist right here. Gentle chair twist. On our next exhale, come back to center. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, back to chair, holding chair again. Left hand towards the hip. And then twist a little bit more, looking over the shoulder. We can bring that hand down to the outside of the thigh. Check that the knees are close together. Gentle twist, chair twist here. Inhaling. As we exhale, come back to center. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up, hands to shins. Exhaling, forward fold. Soften our knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale to chair. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, forward fold. Soften those knees. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale to chair. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, forward fold. Holding this forward fold. Soften the knees, hands to ground our yoga blocks. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Planting the hands firmly on the ground, bending our knees. Let's step back to down dog. Holding that down dog, push our tailbone up. Soften our knees if our hamstrings are tight. Head is between the biceps. Let's go ahead and walk the dog. Bend one knee in, press one heel down. Inhale, lift, exhale, switch legs. Inhale, lift both heels, exhale, switch heels. Inhale, lift, exhale, press. Inhale, lift both heels up, exhale, drop both heels down. Soften our knees if our hamstrings are tight. Inhale, as we exhale, dropping both knees towards the mat. Walk the hands under the shoulders, knees are under our hips. Going into cat and cow here. Inhaling. As we exhale, round that back up into cat. As we inhale, releasing to cow or sway back. Exhaling, rounding up into cat. Inhaling to cow. So moving with our breath at our own pace. Between cat and cow. Finding that breath. Noticing if we have any tight spots in our spine today. Finishing the cat and cow that we're on. Returning to a neutral spine. Finding that neutral spine, going into spinal balance. Right foot back behind us like we're pushing the heel against the wall. Left arm forward, thumb up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull the elbow and knee in, rounding. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale, pulling to center. So finding that core connection, pulling the belly button towards the spine. And then finding the hip and shoulder connection on those opposite sides. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, coming to center. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale, dropping the hand and knee back towards the mat. Switching sides, left leg goes back behind like we're pushing against the wall. Right arm forward, thumb up. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale, pulling elbow and knee towards the center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, coming in. And we can always tap down with the leg if we need a little more stability. And we're finding that core connection on this side. Finishing the one that we're on. Returning to all fours position. Bring our feet together, knees apart. Sitting back over those heels, finding child's pose. Arms walk forward, forehead towards the mat. We can use this child's pose anytime during our yoga practice. You can also use it in place of down dog. Inhale, lift up slightly, walk to the right edge of our mat. And sit back into the left hip. Stretching down the left side of our body. Inhale, lifting up, walk across that mat to the left side, sitting back into the right hip. Stretching down the right side of our body and breathe. Inhale, lifting up, coming back to center, find child's pose in the center. Inhale here, we're going to practice that bottom half of our sun salutation in the kneeling option. Sit over those heels, walk those knees in slightly, finding kneeling plank, shifting forward. Exhale back over those heels. Inhale, shift forward. Shoulder blades are sliding up the spine as we go back and down the spine as we shift forward. One more time, and we're going to hold it forward. Holding this kneeling plank. Use your toes to push the chest forward so your shoulders are over the fingers. And we're slowly going to bend the elbows down in crocodile, dropping the hips all the way down. Baby cobra. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, lower down. Feet are on the ground. Squeeze those glutes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Baby cobra here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Pressing back into our child's pose. Breathing. Planting those hands firmly on the ground. Turning those feet over. Exhaling to down dog. We're going to go back into those plank shifts. Shift forward to plank on our toes or knees. Exhale back to down dog. Inhale, shift forward, full plank. Exhale back to down dog. Inhale, shifting forward. Holding that down dog. And breathe. Inhaling. As we exhale, walk the feet towards the hands, coming into forward fold. Softening our knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale to chair. Choose your options. Inhale, lift up. And exhale to mountain. Starting in mountain pose, going through sun salutation. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. You can step both feet back or lunge right foot back. Dropping both feet back to down dog. Shifting forward to plank. We can be on toes or knees. Exhale, bend the elbows, crocodile. Drop the hips down and choose baby cobra or up dog on the tops of the feet. Exhaling back to down dog. Walk that dog, alternate those heels. Going into a lunge, right leg lift up in the air. Lunging between those hands. Pull the knee in, and if we need to, assist the leg forward to find that lunge. We can stay on the toe or drop the knee down. Doesn't matter, choose option. We're gonna walk up the leg. So we're in balancing lunge on the foot, or we're on our knee. Hands start at heart center. They can stay at heart center, or we can choose to take those arms overhead. We can choose to stay here, keeping that front knee bent, pushing the ball back foot. Or we can choose to lean to the right side. We can grab the wrist, pulling across, sinking in the hip, or we just keep the hands up or at heart center. Inhaling. As we exhale, bring the arms back down to center. Tipping forward, hands towards the ground. Going into lunge twist, taking our right hand either in the air or behind our back. Twisting. Remember, we can stay on the knee. Breathing. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale. As we exhale, both hands to the ground. Stepping forward, both feet forward, forward fold. You can hop it in and come into forward fold. Soften our knees. Inhale, reverse. One dive up. Exhaling to chair. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Both feet can step back or lunge back left. Both feet back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank, toes or knees. Exhale, bend the elbows, crocodile. Inhale, choose baby cobra or up dog on the tops of the feet. Exhaling back to down dog. Walk that dog, alternate those heels. Holding that down dog. Lifting our left leg in the air, 3-leg down dog. Pull our knee in towards our chest, lunging. We can assist. You can stay on the ball of the back foot in lunge or drop the knee down, taking the option we need. We're gonna walk up that leg, lift the chest. So either on the knee or balancing in lunge. Hands to heart center, or we can take them overhead. If we're overhead, we can grab that right wrist, pull to the left side. Breathing. Opening along the side of our body, sinking into the hip. Inhale, lift center. Hands back down. Reaching towards the ground. We're going to take that left hand in the air, either straight up or behind the back. Find that lunge twist. Breathing. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale as we exhale, lowering down. Inhaling as we exhale, feet come together, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhaling, forward fold. Soften our knees, inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, find chair. Inhale, lifting. And exhale to mountain. Going through the sun salutation again. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhaling, forward fold. Right foot step back to lunge or both feet back to down dog. Finding down dog. Inhale, shift forward to our plank, toes or knees. Bending elbows, crocodile. And then choose baby cobra or up dog. Exhaling back to down dog. Walk that dog, alternate those heels. Holding down dog. Inhale, right leg in the air, 3-leg down dog. Pulling the knee in, lunging forward. We can assist. Drop the back heel down. Warrior 1, inhale, walk up that leg. Hips turn towards the front edge of that mat. Hands to heart center or overhead. Breathing. Sinking into that hip, front knee bends. Back leg long. Inhale, release the arms. Bringing them behind our back. They can rest on the hips or clasp. Tipping forward, looking to the top of that foot. Front knee stays bent. Back leg long. Stopping chest with the thigh. Breathe. Hands can stay on the back or lift off. Finding chest expansion if we like. Slowly release those arms towards the ground. If you have yoga blocks, please feel free to use them. Step the back feet in part way, finding pyramid pose, straightening that leg. Hands can be on those yoga blocks. Front leg as straight as we can handle. Softening the knee as much as needed. And breathe. Slowly release, bending that knee. I'm going to go to half moon. So if you have yoga blocks, shift them forward. Hand can go to the ground, fingertips on the ground, or on yoga blocks. Lift the back leg up. This is the start of balancing half moon. Welcome to stay here with our heel pushed back, lifted hip height. We want to try to add that rotation. We're going to rotate that left hip open to the side. We can bring the hand to the hip. We're in the air, balancing half moon. Breathing. Rotating the hip back, down. Set the back foot down. Rising up. We're going to go to warrior two. So turn that back foot towards the long edge of the mat. Front foot towards the short end. Sink down into those hips. Bend the knee to the pinky toe as it wants to go to the big toe. Adding those arms, warrior two. Looking down the front fingertips. Shoulders back and down. Sink into those hips a little bit more. Check that the front knee is in line with our ankle. Breathing. Holding this leg position, going into warrior, reverse warrior. Reach forward, lifting up and over. Lengthen through the front of that arm. Release through the ribs and breathe. Inhale. As we exhale, come back into warrior two. Sink back into those hips. Pull that knee back towards the pinky toe. Get ready for side angle. And I want us to focus on the abs. So abs working, hand towards thigh, ground or yoga block. It's all about the abs here. Softly landing if we're using that leg. Other arm in the air, over the head, or behind our back. Listening to our shoulder. Breathing. Think about dropping in that hip, making sure the front knee is in line with that ankle. Breathe. Slowly rising up, finding warrior two. Getting ready for triangle. Straighten our front leg. Inhale, reach forward. Reach, 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 reach. Hand gently lands on the shin or to the front side of the shin. Other arm in the air or behind the back. Look straight ahead, or the arm in the air or over the shoulder. Breathing. Soften our knee, rising back up into warrior two. Windmill those arms down into lunge, turning our foot and our hips. Stepping feet together, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhaling to chair. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Going through the other side. Stepping left foot back to lunge. Both feet back to down dog. Shifting forward to plank, toes or knees. Crocodile. Up dog or baby cobra. Exhaling back to down dog. Walk that dog, alternate those heels. Holding down dog. Inhale, left leg in the air, 3-leg down dog. Lunging between our hands, assisting if needed. Finding that lunge. Plant the back foot down for warrior one. Inhale, walk up that leg. Hands can be at heart center or overhead. Back leg straight, front knee bent. Hips towards the front of the room. Breathing. Finding that warrior one. Shoulders back and down. Inhale. As we exhale, bring our hands behind our back. You can clasp or rest them on the hips. Inhaling as we exhale, tip forward. Looking towards the top of our foot. Breathing. Pull the shoulders back. Hands can lift off the back in chest expansion or stay resting on the back. Breathing. Inhale. As we exhale, release the hands towards the ground or yoga blocks if we have them. Stepping that back foot in so we can find pyramid. Straightening that front leg as much as possible. Noticing if we're different from side to side. Soften that knee, front knee a whole lot. Shifting forward. We're going to go to that half moon. So fingertips down, lift the leg up, or use that yoga block. Push the heel back behind us. We can stay with the hips facing the ground, or we can choose to rotate hand to hip, rotate open, breathing. Hand can go in the air. And one more inhale. As we exhale, releasing hands down, turn the hip, drop the foot down, slowly rise up. Finding warrior two, adjusting our feet, facing the long edge of the mat. Back toe towards the long edge, front toe towards the short edge. Sink down into our hips. Add those arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift down the front fingertips. Pull the knee towards the pinky toe. Breathing. Feeling strong in the legs. Reverse warrior. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse. Lift out of the ribs. Lengthening as we sink in the hip. Front side of the body through the ribs. Nice and long. Returning back to warrior two. Going to side angle. Focus on the abs. Tip from the hips. Softly land or reach towards the ground. Other arm can be in the air, over the head, or behind our back. Breathing. Soften our knee. Inhale, rising up to warrior two. Getting ready to straighten our front leg for triangle. Reaching forward, reach, reach, reach. Hand softly lands on shin or front side of the shin. Other arm in the air. Look straight ahead or the arm up. You can also go behind our back. Breathing. Soften our knee. Rising back up into warrior two. Releasing our arms down. We're going to go to wide straddle. Turn both feet forward. Toes forward. Soften our knees. Tipping from our hip. Making that hand to sandwich with our hands in between our belly and the legs. Then hands come to the ground. Soften our knees. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Say yes and no. Straightening the legs as much as we can. And then choosing to keep the hands on the ground. We can take them out to the legs. We can reach behind us, fingertips back. We can do chest expansion. Breathing. Bringing our hands back to the ground. Soften our knees, hands to our thighs, slowly rising up. All the way up. Super job. Let's walk those feet in so they're a little closer. Turn our toes out wide or go into a squat. Now you can choose to sit on something in that squat. We can bring those hands to the thighs. We can drop all the way down. We can bring our hands to heart center. If none of those feel good for us, please take a child's pose. Breathing, maybe a wide leg child's pose. Focusing on our breath. Do one more inhale. As we exhale, release the hands towards the ground, lifting our tailbone up, turn toes forward. A wider forward fold. So you can grab those wrists or forearms hanging straight down. And breathe. Bring our hands to our ground. Soften our knees, hands to thighs. Rolling up. Go to two balancing poses. I'm going to choose to do dancer today. Yesterday I did tree, today we'll do dancer. So we need to start in our mountain pose. And then we're going to reach for our foot. So let's do right foot first. So shift your weight to the left, soften the knees, right hand back, and grabbing that right foot. And you can choose to grab the outside or the inside of the foot. Counterbalance arm, pull the knees together. Great hamstring, hip flexor stretch right here, or quadricep hip flexor stretch. Or we can choose to push our foot into our hand, coming into that dancer pose. You choose what you want. Breathing, keep pulling inner thighs together. Slowly releasing down. I'm going to shake it out. We'll switch sides. Shift the weight to the other side. Soften those knees. Taking our left hand back. Grabbing our left foot with our left hand. Pulling those knees together. Right arm is counterbalance. Welcome to stay here. This is a great quadricep and hip flexor stretch. We can choose to push our foot into the hand, softening our right knee. Breathing. Keep pulling inner thighs together. Slowly bringing our knees back to center. Releasing down. I'll walk it out. Nice one. Go into a deeper hamstring stretch here. We're going to go into gorilla pose. So inhale, rising up. Exhale, forward fold. And we can choose to stay here. We're welcome to hold our wrists or arms. Or we can choose to grab our big toes. Choose to place our whole hand underneath our foot. Palm is up. This is full gorilla pose here. Breathing, straightening the arms. Straightening the legs as much as possible. Relaxing head, neck, and shoulders. Breathing. Slowly release the hands. Soften our knees. Hands to our thighs. And rise up. Good job. Going through some salutation to get back on the floor. Inhale, lift up. Pull the feet back to down dog. Shifting forward to plank. Toes or knees. Chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Walk that dog, alternate those heels. Do a little core and then we'll go into some hips here. Shifting forward to plank, holding here. Now if this bothers our wrists, we're welcome to come down to forearms and do a hover. So choosing whatever feels best for our wrists. Making sure the tailbone is dropped. Sometimes we lift the hips up. We want to drop the hips down. Breathe. Slowly drop the knees to the mat. Giving me a child's pose. Inhale, lifting up. Do a little back bend here. Walk up the legs, knees underneath us. Ready? Camel pose. So fists or palms to that low back. Lengthen the spine. Elbows pull back. Slowly pushing the hips forward, belly button forward, heart center towards the ceiling. With the head fall back. Keep pulling the elbows back. Rainbow shape of our spine. Breathing. Slowly release. Coming back to center. Nice job. Come all fours, bend our back the other way, cat and cow. Rounding our back as we exhale to cat. Inhale, releasing. Power, neutral, and release. We're gonna have a seat. We're gonna sit in a modified half lotus pose. So I'm having my right foot inside, left foot outside, and we can choose to keep the foot on the ground. You pick it up above the ankle, up on the leg. Make sure we're pulling our toes towards the kneecaps. Sitting up nice and tall. So if we're having any issues with this, please feel free to lift the hips up by sitting on a pillow, blankets, yoga blocks, anything to lift the hips slightly. We're just going to start by placing our hands by the hips, lifting the heart center up, opening forward, opening the heart center towards the ceiling. Then we're going to slowly come back. We're going to add some twisting. So walking our left hand towards the right leg, right hand on the outside of that leg, and then we're going to walk forward. Hopefully feeling this in those hips, maybe on the outside of that top leg. Just notice where we're feeling. It could be on the bottom leg. And breathe. Inhale, lifting up, walk across to the other leg. So left hand by the leg, right hand on the front side, and then walk forward any amount. And notice where we feel it on this side. And breathe. Inhale, lifting up. Walk to the center and walk forward. Walking as far as our body will allow, looking towards the ground. Breathing. Notice where we're feeling any sensation. Slowly walking back up. Switching legs, so taking the left leg out. We're going to tuck it underneath. And then the right leg is either going to come on the floor, or we're going to choose to bring it up into the thigh or crook of the knee. We want to make sure we're pulling our toes towards our knees, so that keeps alignment in our knees. Start with those hands by the hips, lifting the chest, opening the heart center. And we're going to slowly release. And we're going to come over the top leg first. So right hand next to the leg, left hand on the other side, walking forward. Notice where we're feeling this. Is it any different than the other side? Slowly release, walk back in, walk across. Left hand on the outside of the left leg, right hand on the inside, walking forward. Hold and breathe. Noticing our differences from side to side. We are different in our bodies. Sometimes one side is way different than the other, feels easier, sometimes feels more challenging. Walk back up in the center, hands to center, walking forward. Our body is not the same from side to side. Looking down towards the mat. Breathe. Slowly walking back up. On and cross those legs. Let's extend them long in front of us. Give them a little shake here. Slowly walking forward, tipping from the hip. Look towards those knees. Breathing. Slowly walk back up those legs. Laying on our backs, lay down our mats. Go into some bridging. Feet on the ground, arms beside us. Go ahead, walk the feet in close to the glutes. They're about hip width apart. So when we lift up, our hips and knees are in one line. Take a breath here. As we exhale, lifting up, check that those knees and hips are in alignment with each other. Knees aren't going to the side or coming in. Breathing. Take a nice deep breath. As we exhale, slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time from the shoulders. Releasing all the way down, tailbone is last. And breathe. Let's go again. This time, inhale, lifting up. We're going to hold it here. We can choose to keep the hands by our side. We can clasp underneath. If we want, we can go overhead. Whatever we want with those arms. We're going to hold this bridge. We're going to do a little tapping. So you're going to pick up your right leg, tap your toe forward, and then walk it back. Left leg, tap the toe forward, and walk it back. Trying to keep our hips lifted as we tap, and just tapping with our breath. Inhale, reach forward, exhale back. Inhale, reach forward, exhale back. So focusing on the lift of the hips while we tap. So we're doing that kind of single leg, unilateral side to side, and then returning to both legs. So we're going to hold this in the center. Notice if we need to lift a lot back up. Just an area we can focus on strengthening. Inhale. As we exhale, one vertebrae at a time, slowly lower down. Releasing all the way down. Hugging our knees into our chest, we can rock back and forth or side to side. Going to happy baby. Feet go up in the air, knees outside the body, grab behind the thighs, arches the feet or big toes. Pulling the legs down while we push the feet up. Breathing. And slowly releasing feet down. We'll do a little core work here. I know we're at the end, probably a little tired. So I'm going to start by lifting both knees up. Now, if this becomes uncomfortable for you, you can do one knee at a time and alternate. Okay? So we're going to start hands behind our head, at fingers at the ears or the back of the head. We're going to crunch up. We're going to extend one leg long and then the other. And as we do this, we're going to go side to side. So opposite shoulder to the opposite knee. Again, the lower that leg, the more challenging it is for the core. We can also do just a leg lift and tap side to side. Give me 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Pull it in, hug those knees to the chest. Slowly releasing down. So we're going to go ahead and lift our legs straight up in the air, like legs up the wall. And while we're here, hands can be by our side, out wide, or overhead. Option to do a straddle split, letting gravity do the work. Breathing. Lifting those legs back up towards the ceiling. Slowly lowering down. Bring the hands by our sides. So let's go ahead and hug our right knee into our chest. Left leg will go long. Now we're going to pull that knee across. You're going to hold the right knee with your left hand. The right arm's going to go out. And we're going to lift the hip and pull it across our body, giving you a spine release. Maybe looking down that right arm. And breathe. Spine release right here. If we'd like a little more, we can straighten the leg, assuming our space is not confining our leg. Slowly releasing back to center, dropping the foot down. Switching legs, bend both knees in, right leg long, left knee, hug it in. Take your right hand on the outside of that leg. We're going to lift the leg, pulling it across our body. Left arm down. And we can look away from the knee as we do the spine release. Breathing, really feel that breath coming in and exhaling through the lungs. Slowly coming back to center. So I feel like we all probably need a little chest opening. I'm going to go into a fish pose. So slowly grab a leg coming up. I'm going to put my hands underneath my hips, and when I lay down, I'm going to be on my elbows. So lengthen the legs long, elbows down, lifting our chest up, and let the head either stay here or let it drop any amount. Think about pushing the chest up. This is fish pose. Opening through the chest, breathing. Slowly tuck the chin to the chest, rising back up. Fantastic job. Grabbing our legs, rolling back down. Hug our knees into the chest. We can rock back and forth or side to side. We're going to go to a hamstring extension, leg in the air. Grab behind the thigh, push the heel up. You drop the leg down. Nice long hamstring stretch here as we breathe. Think about pulling the leg towards the chest a little more, pushing the heel towards the ceiling. Bending our bottom leg, cross it over, make it number 4. We can push on that hip to start, opening the hip. If this feels like it's enough stretch for us, stay here. Or we can choose to lift the bottom leg, staying here, or we can choose to grab the thigh, recline pigeon. What is your foot doing? Is the toe pulling towards the knee? Slowly release the foot down, uncross the legs. Switching sides, take that left leg in the air, grab behind the thigh or the calf. Straighten that right leg on the ground. Push the heel up, pull the chest towards the thigh, and breathe. Noticing which side was feeling tighter today. Slowly soften our knee, bend the right leg. Left foot comes across, pushing on that thigh. Welcome to stay here if this is enough stretch for us. We could choose to also lift the bottom leg, staying here, or we can choose to grab the bottom leg, recline butterfly, breathing. Not recline butterfly, recline pigeon. Sorry, we are going to do recline butterfly. Well, I said it probably, it's in my head. Slowly dropping the foot down. Other foot comes to meet it. Bring your feet together, knees apart, open wide. Hands can be by our sides, on our belly and our chest, or logs. And now we're in recline butterfly. We're just going to focus on our breath here. Let's think about doing 10 nice deep breaths. As we inhale, energy in, exhale, open mouth, exhale. So nice and loud breath. Inhaling that energy in, exhale, open mouth, exhale. Inhaling, open mouth, exhale. Stay with this about 10 breaths. Two more if you're going with my breath. After that 10th exhale, slowly bring the arms down if they're overhead. Slowly pull the knees back together. And let's find our Shavasana pose. Knees can be bent. We can take those legs long. Palms can be beside us. If we're more comfortable, roll to the side. So wherever we want to be in Shavasana, please find that. Just breathing, allowing that breath to expand those ribs completely. Then exhaling out the nose. Maybe think about that breath. Can we inhale as deep as we can? Hold or pause, and then exhale out. At the end of the exhale, see if we can pause, and then inhale. Just focus on the inhale, pause, exhale, pause. So slowing that breath down as much as we can. Breathing. Allowing our bodies to relax completely. Think about relaxing from the tips of our fingers, through our hands, into the wrists and forearms, through the elbows, into the upper arms, into the tops of our shoulders, relaxing into the back of the neck, moving down the spine, into the shoulder blades, letting those shoulder blades relax completely to the middle of the back, lower back, all the way down into the tailbone, relaxing into those gluteals, and hips. Moving down those legs, both right and left, relaxing through our thighs, back of the thighs, outer thighs, front of the thighs, inner thighs. Relaxing through our knees, relaxing into our shins and our calves. Relaxing all the way into our ankles, our heels, top of the foot, sole of the foot, all 10 toes. Taking a nice deep breath in as we exhale, completely relaxing our entire body. Making sure our facial muscles are completely relaxed. Relax through the forehead, relaxing our eyes, relax our cheeks, relaxing our jaw, relax our lips, the tongue inside our mouth, relaxing our chin, down through the front of the neck, in through the chest and torso. Taking a nice deep breath in as we exhale, completely relaxing our entire body. Feeling calm, feeling at peace. Allowing our bodies to be at ease and relaxed. Slowly coming back into present moments. Maybe wiggle those fingers or toes. Maybe roll the wrists or ankles. Start inviting movement back into our bodies. Welcome to pull one knee in towards our chest and then the other. Taking our time whenever we're ready. Welcome to roll to one side, relaxing on our side for a couple breaths. Slowly resting into an upright, comfortable position. Take some final breaths here together. Sitting however we are comfortable whenever we're ready. Taking a few deep breaths. Taking a nice deep breath in here. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Bringing our hands towards heart center. The greatness in me honors the greatness in you. Namaste. Thank you for coming today. My name is Lynn. I will unmute everybody. If you would like to chat, we can chat for a minute. Unmute. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Well, we'll try.
Thanks for stopping, Marty.
Thanks.
Gail with you?
Yeah, I'm here. I was the one that said thank you.
I'm stuck with her.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know.
At least we like each other. It'd be a lot
Yeah,
nicer
that's a
if we
bonus.
didn't.
Bye.
See you later, dear. Thank
Yep,
you.
have a great day.
All right. Bye.
Thanks for coming, Pam.